Perfect.
What's up, ladies and gentlemen? This is Rod Murray, and welcome to a special, and I think this is going to be a very competitive edition of What's the Game Plan. This weekend, we have a huge matchup between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Buffalo Bills. I am joined by Akeem Richins and Devin Shaffer representing their respective teams. How we doing, gentlemen?
Not bad, man. Not bad at all. Akeem Richins. I really appreciate being on this show. I seen some footage, and it's exciting, man. It's exciting. I'm happy to be here.
Oh man, I'm just blessed that you responded and wanted to join, man. Devin, how about yourself?
Can't complain, man. I really appreciate being on the show as well. It's a really cool concept, and I'm sure we're gonna get a very competitive matchup tonight, just like the matchup on Sunday night is gonna be. So, but Devin Shaffer from Steelers Realm Podcast. Definitely go check it out if you're a Steelers fan.
There we go. So again, man, I reached out to Devin. Devin's is actually his second time on the show. We reached out early in the season when they were playing the Tennessee Titans. Unfortunately, things didn't go as we had planned it to, but I think what we end up having was the matchup is what we needed, right, between four outstanding women that had a great time on the show. So if you haven't watched that episode, go back and watch it. It's irrelevant of the outcome of the game. That episode, again, was very special. So, but we're here now, all right? So if you watched the show before, you know the rules. We do a 4 fast round questions based on data analytical questions that I pull from various sites. All right, we'll allow our participants to go back and forth with the questions. At halftime, we flop and then we finish up. In the event that at the end of 4 quarters, we have a tie game, we go to what we call overtime, where we go XFL style, and we have 3 questions from 1 to 3 points, and the questions get harder as they go for more questions. So if they go for 1, it's usually a layup line, but if they want to go for 3, they got to dig in the bank. All right. Are there any questions from our participants?
Let's do it.
Yeah, let's get it on.
Devin, as the road team, you decide whether or not you want to go first or the first or the second half.
I'll defer to the second half. We'll let Akeem kick this off.
There we go. Hey, defense is sometimes the best offense. Let's see if it works in this boat. All right. So Akeem, up first. What's the game plan? Here we go. Akeem.
Yes, sir.
According to Pro Football Reference, the Pittsburgh Steelers rank in the top 7 for blitzes this season. Factor in, they also lead the league in sack with 44. It is safe to assume that they'll blitz early and often against the game against the Bills. According to Pro Football Reference, what is their blitz percentage? Is it A, 48.2%, B, 40.2%, C, 45.3%, or D, 39.8%?
Let's go with A, 48%.
Akeem picks A, 48.2%, and he will be wrong, ladies and gentlemen. The answer is B, 40.2%. They have 189 total blitzes, and the Bills have only allowed 8 sacks so far this season. So when you're looking at points in the game where something may stand out, this is it. We'll see if Pittsburgh can maintain that sack percentage throughout the game, and we know the Bills have been stingy keeping Josh Allen off the ground. So Akeem has failed to put up any points in the first quarter. Going to Devin to see if his decision to go second will bode well for him. Here we go. Devin. MVP candidate Josh Allen is looking to build off his stellar performance against the 49ers. Allen posted his second highest passer rating this season with 375 passing yards, 4 TDs on 80% completion rate. That's what he just did with the 49ers. According to the graph provided, what you see on your screen, compiled by Next Gen Stats, where do you think Josh Allen has the highest passer rating throughout this season so far? Is it A, B, C, or D? Which area of the field does he have his highest passer rating?
I believe it's D.
All right. So Devin goes with D for his answer, and unfortunately, he will be wrong. If you see right there, it is in fact the middle of the field between 10 to 20 yards. This is important because with Devin Bush being out, and unfortunately, as well as Robert Spillane now, they'll be dealing with Avery Williamson this time. He's given up between his two teams in limited stats a 91 passer rating for quarterback. So if I'm Josh Allen, I know who's out in that middle of the field. I'm going to be attacking that as well. And he's almost perfect, 153.8 passer rating when passing in that area of the field.
Yeah,
So
Williamson
unfortunately,
looks lost out there at times too. He's having a real hard time grabbing or grasping the defense.
well, yeah,
And
he came over the middle of the field.
he's actually a solid player.
He is.
Ever since he came back from that ACL injury, he hasn't been getting his footing correct. So hopefully, after the Bills game, he starts playing well.
Yeah, hopefully for you guys. I wish he would have started playing well 2 weeks ago.
Hey, you ain't lying there, right? You don't want him to get nice this week. So
Right.
coming out of the first quarter, neither participant has put up any points here. So we'll see if that changes in the second quarter. Akeem, back up. Here we go. The Steelers' passing offense is a very productive and electric crowd. The Steelers have 6 players with over 25 receptions, collectively averaging about 10.2 yards per catch. According to Sharps football stats, which player has the highest success play rate when there is 8 or more yards to go? The highest successful play rate when there is 8 or more yards to go. Is it A, Deontay Johnson, B, Chase Claypool, C, Juju Smith-Schuster, or D, James Washington?
I'm gonna go A, Chase Claypool.
So A is Deontay Johnson,
Oh,
B is Chase Claypool.
okay, B. I'm sorry, Chase Claypool, B.
All right, Akeem chases B, Chase Claypool, and although he is electric, he is not the correct answer for this question. It is in fact C, Juju Smith-Schuster.
Juju.
With more than 8 yards to go, he has a 63% successful play rate, according to Sharp football stats. So we all know he's the number one option. I know Claypool and everybody else has been security blankets for Ben, but Juju's still Ben's like number one guy. So hopefully the Buffalo, Trevante White, they all know that coming this upcoming week. All right, Tre'Davious White. I'm sorry, I missed his name. Here we go. So in the first half, Akeem fails to put up any points for the Bills. Let's see if Devin can grab a lead right before halftime. Devin, your second question. The Buffalo Bills have done a great job sustaining drives thus far this season. Their 49.3 third down conversion rate ranks top 3 in the league. According to the Football Outsiders, how many offensive yards are the Bills averaging per drive? Is it A, 40.48 yards, B, 36.63 yards, C, 39.41 yards, or D, 38.73 yards? Yards per drive.
We'll go with A. Was it 40 point?
40.48 is A.
Yeah.
All right, Devin's going to take the highest one, 40.48, and sometimes that's not the right thing to do, sir. Because unfortunately, the answer is C, 39.41 yards. That actually 40.48 belongs to the Kansas City Chiefs. We all know probably the most electric offense in the league right now. Pittsburgh is only allowing 25.78. All right, so when you talk about game of inches and a game of yards, and they're giving up a league best 36.08 third down conversion rate. So you're looking at the tale of two stories there. We'll see what team wins out. All right. So unfortunately, going into
this is like some stump the swab stuff here, man. These questions.
This is Giants versus Jets, not Pittsburgh versus Buffalo.
Hey man, that's what it's turning out to be, man. But this is what the game comes down to sometimes, right? It comes down to those small, specific questions or stats that some coaches may or may not pay attention to. All right, yards is what put points on the board. So
I was like looking at Flutie Flake stuff and Anchor Bar, like studying up on that.
Hey man, you got to. Somebody stand up all night. These quality control coaches. This is what they do. Here we go. Going into halftime, we got a 0-0 score, so we'll flip it here. Devin is back up to start the second half. Devin, your third quarter question. Here we go.
All right.
Wide receiver Stephon Diggs was allegedly frustrated with his involvement with the Vikings offense, thus landed him in Buffalo with the trade. And in Buffalo, he is getting exactly what he allegedly asked for. His 90 touches and 1,037 scrimmage yards will eclipse any of his career bests during his time in Minnesota. According to Sharps football stats, what is Diggs' successful play rate when he is a targeted wide receiver? Is it A, 67%, B, 59%, C, 65%, or D, 60%? See the pen over there doing some math. All right. You might be
Oh, I'm just writing those numbers down this time.
1,037 divided by 90. All right.
I think it's B 59%. Because if I remember correctly, I think it was Chase Claypool was one of the only few people that had over 60%, but that was a couple weeks ago. So I'm going to go with B 59%.
Hey, man, Pittsburgh comes out of the halftime balling because he is correct. The answer is B, 59%. Although Cole Beasley has the highest on that team with 67%. So operating in the slot, we know he has had a quietly awesome season as well. But you're right. Stephon Diggs has a 59%. He is averaging 8.6 yards per catch when he does get the ball. And of the 110 plays he's been a part of offensively, Sharp Football Stats has identified 65 of those as successful. All right, so that's where we get the 59%. All right, so Akeem, hey, it's on you. You got to answer in the third quarter. Devin jumps out to a 7-0 lead here in the third. Here we go for your third quarter question. Akeem, the Pittsburgh Steelers defense has been setting the standard all year. They currently sit number 1 in points allowed and number 3 in yards allowed per game. According to teamrankings.com, which quarter are teams having the most success against the Steelers defense? Which quarter are they having the most success? Is it A, first quarter, B, second quarter, C, third quarter, or D, fourth quarter?
Let's go B, second quarter.
Okay, Akeem picks B, and that's how you answer the bell, ladies and gentlemen, because he is correct. The answer is B. In the second quarter, they are allowing 6.2 points, all right, compared to the other ones where they're allowing just over 3.5. So if you're going to score, it needs to be in the second quarter. I will say that's when the Bills find their most success in the second quarter, where they're averaging 8.6 points, all right? So let's see if we see a 14, 17-point run right there before the half of the Bills, and if they're able to sustain that and win this game, right? All right, heading to the fourth. This is what we want, ladies and gentlemen. A 7-7 game. Let's see what Devin can do with his fourth quarter question.
No pressure, Devin. No pressure.
No pressure. I should have took the opening kickoff now, thinking back on it.
Devin, here we go. In a game of this magnitude and importance, as we hit the home stretch to the playoffs, focus and discipline play more of a factor. As it pertains to discipline, that is something that the Bills have lacked as it pertains to penalties. According to NFLpenalties.com, how many penalties do the Bills have while playing at home? Is it A, 36, B, 43, C, 45, or D, 23? Penalties at home for the Bills.
I feel like they had about 10 in one game. We'll go with C, 45. Yeah.
All right, again, he takes the highest number, and unfortunately, again, it does not work out for him because the answer is, in fact, A, 36. Yeah, they are tied second worst in the league with 97 on the season, all right? Conversely, the Pittsburgh are one of the most disciplined teams in the league. They're fourth best with only 72, and they only have 21 while playing on the road, all right?
Yeah, so we just can't catch the ball.
Game of benches, well, it's a different problem.
33 drops.
That's another team's problem, all right? So we'll see. We'll see what happens here. There's a lot riding on this game here. Pittsburgh loses another one, they can fall. Then the Bills can have their eyes set on that number 1 seed, all right? That now with the playoffs the way it is, they're vaulted number 1 seed with the only bye week. So we'll see if that plays a factor. But tonight, let's see if Akeem can put the game away. This is what you want, 2-minute drive. Let's see if he can put it away with the last question. Are you ready, sir?
I want the ball in my hands. I got it. I can't ask for nothing more. Let's do it.
That's the way to look at it. Here we go. Mm-hmm. Comeback Player of the Year candidate quarterback Ben Roethlisberger has figured out a way to avoid pressure this season. His 10 sacks lead the league for quarterbacks, and his 3 scrambles rank top 3. All right, so he ain't getting sacked a lot, and he ain't having to run a lot, which means he's passing as intended on various plays. All right. According to Next Gen Stats, What is Roethlisberger's average time to throw? Is it A, 2.29 seconds, B, 2.5 seconds, C, 2.57 seconds, or D, 2.38 seconds? Time to throw.
Ooh, let's go A, 2.29 seconds.
Shit.
All right, Akeem picks A, 2.29 seconds.
Yeah.
And ladies and gentlemen, that's how you end the game. Devin
Yeah.
knows it, and we all know it. He is correct.
I knew it as soon as he
Walk
picked
off.
it. It's like,
That is in fact correct. All right. The Bills are allowing just 250 yards. So he'll get the ball out early and often. All right. He's going to get it out fast. If they don't get to him, they're not creating a lot of pressure this year as sacks. If they allow Ben Roethlisberger to sit back there and pick his targets, he'll pick them apart. But Akeem seems to know that, hey, look, he like to get it out fast. So the Bills defense will know that as well.
Yeah, I've been doing some scouting. The Monday night game, he got it out. He got it out real quick as well. So I'm glad I got this question to end the game.
There it is. There it is. That's how it pays off. And you, for that, sir, with a 14-7 final, you are tonight's winner. The stage is yours for a victory speech.
Yeah, Akeem Richins. If you don't know me, get to know me. I have a brand, co-founder of Built in Buffalo. We cover everything Buffalo Bills related. We even do some outside stuff in terms of around the NFL as well. So people won't just get accustomed to listening to just the Buffalo Bills. We try to do multiple things. We're going to stay consistently consistent in giving the knowledge that all NFL fans deserve. I appreciate coming on this show tonight, man. This was fun. It's new. Not a lot of people are doing this. I like the analytics part of this, and I hope to do it again. Thank you for having me on.
No problem, no problem. So we'll go ahead. Devin, unfortunately, you don't get a victory speech, but you do the opportunity to say what you think the score of the game will be.
Oh, I do? Awesome. I mean, with our offense is playing, if we're not going to get a running game going, it's more than likely we won't. They got big Ed Oliver in the middle, so I think it's going to be a low-scoring game. This time we don't have a 5'6" quarterback at quarterback like last year, so I got us winning 16-14.
Okay, Akeem, for yourself.
I like what we've been doing offensively lately. John Brown is hurt. We seem to struggle without John Brown until we face the San Francisco 49ers. It looked like we understand how to operate our offense without our speedy receiver. I think the Pittsburgh Steelers are a hell of a team, but Joe Hayden down with injuries. They have middle linebackers down, so I think we'll be able to take advantage of that. 31-23, Buffalo over Pittsburgh.
There it is. You're right. There's injuries on both sides. Unfortunately, just found out today that linebacker Vince Williams is also out now with COVID.
Yep.
All right. So Pittsburgh is down, 3 of their 4 starting linebackers in the middle of that field. We'll see if Devin Singletary can take advantage of it. I myself don't have a team in the race here. We just put Pittsburgh away last Monday night. So I'm cool right now. We got different problems in the NFC. So I'm just hoping for an exciting and injury-free game. All right. Akeem, as the winner, you'll get a shirt that says, "Hey, Bills, hire me as a scout," because obviously tonight you've proven that you know your stuff when it comes to scouting the opponent's team. All right. Again, this has been a great and fun episode of What's the Game Plan. I'm your host, Rod Murray. Thanks for watching.
Perfect.